Just on people smugglers, Labor asked a series of questions to the government yesterday about whether any payments were made to people smugglers. Have you asked that question of some of your own colleagues about Labor's time in power?
Labor did not pay, and I am informed that Labor did not pay people smugglers to turn around boats.
On land, Mr. Shorten?
Oh, well, if you're going to security matters about what happens elsewhere, you're all more experienced journalists here than I've even served in this parliament, and you know that it doesn't matter what political party the politician's from. When it comes to security matters, we simply don't comment. But let me be really, really crystal clear.
Given the same circumstance, so clearly you are aware that ASIS agents made payments to people smugglers during the Rudd Gillard years in Indonesia, so why would you expect the government to answer that question?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I won't comment on ASIS matters. And again, Chris, you've been around the block long enough to know no serious leader of Australia would start talking about ASIS matters. But what I can absolutely say is that I have been informed that Labor has never paid people smugglers to turn around boats at sea.
Mr. Shorten, there's an inherent contradiction in that the reasonable man, the front bar test. You can say money wasn't paid on the water, but you can't say money wasn't paid on the land because of national security restrictions. Why is there a difference? Isn't there a national security restriction against saying it wasn't paid on the water? Or what is it in the law that makes the difference between water and land?
Well, I can say to you that Labor has never paid people smugglers to turn back boats.
Why is it not fair? It's equally absurd that you can say categorically no money was paid on the water to turn a boat around, but you can't say categorically that no money was paid on the land to stop a boat leaving.
Well, first of all, I'm not using the land-sea distinction. What I'm saying is Labor has never paid people smugglers to turn back boats, as it appears the government has done.
ASIS has never done that.
Well, but now you go to matters to do with ASIS, and you guys know.
But they haven't done it. You just told us they haven't done it.
Well, no, we don't know who's paid what to where. It'd be really straightforward if the Prime Minister just denied paying people smugglers taxpayer money to turn boats around.
Can you do the same thing? Can you
Yes,
just
I just
deny
did.
that Labor didn't condone any payments to people smugglers in Indonesia during your time in government?
Well, I'm certainly not aware of that, but what I would say to you is this, that when it comes to national security matters, and as I said, you're a veteran of these matters, we don't talk about that. No serious leader does.
You're not aware of that?
Sorry, I'm answering Chris's question. But when it comes to not paying people smugglers taxpayer money to turn around boats, Labor did not do that. Sorry, I'd have to come back to that.
You told the party room this morning that Labor had made mistakes in the past in respect to boats. What are those mistakes?
Well, clearly, there were policies which saw the people smugglers try and take advantage of Australia's generosity. We are working through these issues, but what I would say is that Labor will not cede the issue of border security to the Liberal Party. Labor is determined to make sure that we have a strong policy which is humane towards refugees, but is also safe, and make sure that the people smugglers can never get back into business. And I do think that this current debate about boats has come about because either the government is incompetent and is saying things that aren't true, or is incompetent in saying things that they oughtn't to be talking about. Tony Abbott, you and I both know, Tony Abbott can clear these matters up very simply with a yes or no, just as I've done.
Is Labor going to change its position on turning back the boats?
Well, in terms of our refugee resettlement approach, we are fundamentally committed to the regional resettlement of refugees. We're working on all of our policies. We'll have a full suite of policies at the next election, which I'm sure you're going to like a lot.
You mentioned there about it was mentioned there about how you did things wrong when you were dealing with boats. Your approval rating has now dropped to 28%. What are you doing wrong as leader?